Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to my edition of Cross Counter TV. Um, if you guys were watching before, I had Chris and Brent on here. Unfortunately, they can no longer be playing with me due to logistics. It was really far. So now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and teach you guys a little bit about Sakura. What I know, just a couple things. We'll start off slow. I just want to break you into the character nice and easy. I don't want to, what's the word? I don't want to like do too much at once.
Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade
What
Edition.
my idea right now is I'm going to be playing subscribers after the next 30 minutes, but for the first 30 minutes I'm going to go over some things about Sakura. And I hope all you Sakura mains out there, or all you people trying to pick up Sakura, will learn a little something. So, let's see. Trying to bring up the chat right now. Okay.
Who will bask in the glory and adoration that comes from being declared the world's greatest fighter?
Yeah, let's go over this with Ryu. And I'll try and show you one thing about Ryu.
Training stage. The stage of battle is set. Are you ready?
Okay, so
Fight!
let's start off with the basics of Sakura. So, Sakura's best pokes are her low forward, her roundhouse, and her Hadouken. And also, jumping in is good sometimes, but you don't want to do it too much or you'll be too predictable. So, my advice to you is like, when you're playing Sakura, sometimes you want to play slow. Start off with a fireball game, make sure you do it pretty far and safe. If you have a life lead, I would suggest just doing Tatsus to build meter instead of Hadouken, because if they say Ryu has super, right? Ryu could super through my fireball. And then, like, the fireball, it's not worth it at that point to just build meter. So, just build meter like this, or you can do an air Tatsu really low. It's almost like instant recovery. You do it right as you're about to hit the ground. And I'm slowly building meter. So, one thing with Sakura,
Who will emerge a champion?
you want to be able to mix up pressuring your opponent, and when they're like when they're outside of your range too much, a fireball is good sometimes. That makes them want to start jumping. So you can start baiting them. Bait the jump, crouch fierce. If you're a little bit further, light punch DP and then medium punch DP. It's good damage. It's not that much damage, but it's worth it. So, when you're approaching with Sakura and you press low forward, it's always in your best interest to mix up heavy Tatsu and just buffer DP. If you see the focus attack, or if you react to them not blocking low, you can finish your Shoryuken motion with medium punch. So what I'm doing right here is I'm doing low forward, and then I'm buffering the DP motion. I'm not hitting the button. I'm just doing the motion. So if I see anything, if I see a focus attack, if I see them not blocking low, I'm gonna finish with medium punch DP. And on not on Ryu, you can't safe jump Ryu, but say like on Kami, you can just hold up forward, and it's an automatic 5-frame safe jump after medium punch DP. And you can mix up. When you condition them to block high too much, you can start going low. Keeps it interesting. So, also like when you're approaching them, it's good to do far hard kicks sometimes, but do it sparingly, because if you do it too much, they can light you up with a focus attack, a jump in, and it's not worth it most of the time to be going for this too much. Fireball is a little bit, it's a little bit more safe, I would say. It's still risky like this, but Fireball is pretty good. Like if they're just outside range, and if you're scaring them to not jump, like if they're expecting you to jump, and you instead do like a Hadouken or a hard kick, it's good to bait them and just crouch fierce. You want to play mind games with your pokes. Like you can't. Not taking risk is also a risk, if you understand what I'm saying. Because like, if you play too safe, you become too predictable. So you need to be risky sometimes, and not risky. You have to find the balance. Like, and you need to adapt to your opponent. This is something I can't really teach you. It's something you have to learn. You have to learn to like mix it up and to adapt to your opponent. So that's one thing. And while I have you here, a lot of people, they always ask me, how do you do Sakura's loops, right? So here's what I do. So whenever I do a Tatsu, I always need sound. Without sound, it's hard for me to do her combos. You can learn to do it without sound, but I recommend doing it with sound. It's a lot easier. So what I'm listening for, you hear how Sakura, she's saying like Tatsu or Shampuka, and as soon as she's done saying Shampuka, you do your next loop. You want to listen, because when she's done like just speaking, you will see that she's landing on the ground. See how she's landing on the ground at the very end of when she's talking. So like, look. Oh. Just like that. So just listen for her sound. And wait for her to really like land on the ground. Just like that. And as you keep doing it, it becomes really simple. What's another thing? So that about does it for the basics of Sakura. Yeah, that's about it. And also, if you you always want to end your combo with Otoshi and then backdash and level 3 fireball. Now Sakura suffers from delayed wake up, right? If you delay wake up, she can't really do setups like she was able to before. Like before, she could backdash Tatsu, jump in fierce. It's a fake cross up 50-50. Now she doesn't really have that too much. It's not reliable. So now with the safest option is wait till Ryu lands on the ground. Safe. It's safe. Completely safe. If he mashes DP, you will block. As soon as he hits the ground, backdash. Yeah. It's meaty. If he does DP, you will block. And you can still apply pressure just like how you did before. It's just not as it's good, but it's still not as not as good as it used to be. But it's still reliable. You can still do it. So that about does it for her corner Oki. I would just suggest you backdash as soon as Ryu's about to land on the ground, and you do backdash right when you see him land into level 3 Hadouken. It's safe from DP. It's good because you keep them in the corner, and you can mix up low forward, overhead, walk and block, walk and throw, anything you want. Like just anything. You can literally do just about anything you want. Yeah, you just gotta be aware of like keep in mind like, am I winning really hard right now? Like, do I have a good life lead? Are they gonna get desperate right now because they're losing? You need to figure out each opponent. Not everyone's the same. So like me telling you to do, you just do this. You do this, this, and this. It'll always work. No, it never works like that. You have to adapt to your opponent. You have to guess. It's a guessing game. You have to keep guessing. So, but the guess is in your favor most of the time because it's safe, right? The level 3 fireballs, it's in your favor, and you keep them in the corner. So yeah, that's about it for her corner Oki and her loops. I hope that helped people out there. Now let me show you one thing about Ryu. So Ryu's fireball game is really good, right? So most of the time, like against Ryu, he's gonna throw a lot of fireballs, and he's gonna mix up just waiting, right? And he's gonna DP your ass if you try and jump, right? So in Japan they have a saying: the first one to jump loses. So my advice to you is, if Ryu is chucking them Dukins, just be careful, back off, and just build your ultra meter. Alright, so I messed up. I'm just gonna chuck them Dukins. Chucking Dukins. Okay, so now let's see, what can Sakura do to this? What can Sakura do? I don't want you to just keep focusing over and over. This is just to prove a point. So that was way too far, but you get the idea. Around in this range right here, when I'm starting off, that is the best range to ultra Ryu's fireball. That's still too far. Oh, I'm doing it way. So that works too, but most of the time you want to be doing let me just start off with the meter just to show you.
Are you ready?
So when you're playing Ryu, walk and block, that works too. If you have a super, go for it, dude. But most of the time you want to be doing, there you go, Ryu can't block, cannot block. If you do it right, just react to the fireball, and bam, every time, free. You want to be at about range 2. Yeah, range 2 is ideal. Like you want to be within range 2. You don't want to be that far. Yeah, see how far that hits? Broken. So yeah. Damn, every time. Every time. Also, here's a little secret. Little secret for you guys. If you have 3 bars and you don't have ultra, let's see what Sakura can do with just 1 bar. Oh, that should always hit, right? It's 7 hits. But most of the time, you will, or 8 hits, you only get 1 hit, and it'll whip. See, look at that. Stupid. I asked Capcom to fix this, they're like F you, Alex Myers. We're gonna let Sakura suffer. So, here's what you should do. If you have 3 bars, and Ryu's just chucking Dukins, you're having a hard time doing Tatsu through the fireballs, which I don't really recommend, because you just get a good read, jump in. Tatsu sometimes, see how the Tatsu whiffs? Like, I don't like that. Either EX Tatsu sometimes is good to threaten the fireball, not when they have ultra, because risk reward becomes in their favor. If they're waiting for the EX Tatsu, they will hit. They can ultra your EX Tatsu very easily. If they're waiting for it, just don't do it. Like, just play solid. So this is what Sakura can do. You FADC on the first hit, right? Dash forward, close fierce Tatsu, stand line kick into DP. Yeah, I had to fix the overlay. So you just EX. You want to EX DP at about the same range where you would ultra. See how I did it too far? You will miss. Yeah, you can't really do it off blocking 1 Hadoken. You can like focus dash if you have a good read. If you're really close, you can always do close fierce in a Tatsu crouch fierce, but I always recommend. Yeah. Damn it. Oh my god, I'm too close. But you get the idea. You want to be at within like, you want to be within like the same range, like within range 2. You don't want to be too far. You want to be just at the range where you can react. See, that was too far. You want to be at the range where you can react and go right through the fireball. So yeah. Yeah, it's stupid, right? You always see that when the DP, when you try and EX DP through reuse fireball, it'll always whiff on the first hit. So FADC first hit, and focus dash forward, close fierce, into stand light kick. So yeah, I hope that helps you deal with Ryu just spamming Hadokens. That should help you guys at least a little bit. So, does anyone have questions in the chat? This is a time when I will take questions, and if you are a subscriber for cross counter, we will play first to 2 or 3. Gutex wanted me to do 2, but I think 3 is more. It's just better. Like first to 2 goes way too quick. Yeah, Brent, there's not enough. It's not enough button, Chris. Not enough able. Missing everything right now. I should have practiced before I got on. What's up, Naked General? It's Atoshi 2 times after EX Satsu, still fireball. The setups off DP, like I said it earlier, I'll do medium punch DP and just you hold up forward. It's a safe jump. Or if you want to do heavy DP, you can take a little step forward. You can take a little step forward, jump in fierce, and it's a 5-frame safe jump too. But it's harder to time because you have to do it manually. You can't just autopilot. You can't just do medium punch DP and have an automatic safe jump. Also have medium punch DP. If people are delaying their wake up, you do jump in roundhouse with pull strong, and it's a automatic safe jump. What are the current safe jumps that work in Ultra? Just those. Like, the best safe jumps are off the soft knockdown, because those are still the same. They didn't change. They didn't change in Ultra. The setups off throw, you can do like whip crouch short, and then jump in fierce, jump in medium kick. I'll save some delayed wake up tech for later, but let's just start off with the basics. So yeah, that about does it. Those are the save jumps. Off of Toshi, you want to just backdash right when Ryu is about to land on the ground, and do your level 3 fireball then, and it's a delayed wake up meaty fireball. It's safe from DPs, it's safe from everything. So yeah. Yes, it's still worth it after EX Hatsu. Still worth it. Where can you buy this t-shirt? You can buy it from my sponsor at Broken Tier, right down there. Go to brokentier.com if you want to get this sweet ass t-shirt. I just got it in the mail today, guys. The struggle. So sick.